Good evening, everyone. My name is Justin Marasigan. I go by he and pronouns, and I'm a third-year mechanical engineering major. I'm standing here today because I am one of the candidates for Fusion's external vice president for the 2024-2025 academic year. Coming into UCI as a first-year undeclared student, I felt instantly lost. With no community to support me and the lack of proper guidance, my purpose as a student and as a person felt undefined. I discovered Fusion during my spring quarter first year when the club was considerably smaller, and during my time as a Gen Mem in my second year, I experienced firsthand the growth and development of the community. This year, I decided to elevate my experience and sign up for the internship program. During my time as a side class intern, I learned about each board position and how to work with each other. And I also learned about the general planning process that goes into each week. Other than knowing the inner workings of the club, I was also taught some valuable lessons such as time management, teamwork, and setting an example for others. I'm very drawn to the EVP position because I want to continue to set an example both within the club and externally. With the growth of Fusion came my own growth as an individual, and as EVP, I feel I can greatly contribute to Fusion's growth in the future and provide the same sense of community and comfort that enhanced my college experience. One focus of mine would be to strengthen Fusion's relationship with other Alianza orgs. To me, Alianza never felt like a singular community. Besides our quarterly Gen meeting collabs, other Alianza clubs seem to be pretty closed off from one another. A possible way to resolve this would be to implement more frequent but smaller collabs throughout the year. For example, a Fusion Fit collab with Puso or a study hours with Kabla. These collabs may seem pretty minor, but I believe they can go a long way in breaking the ice and creating more intimacy between Alianza orgs. My experience as a Gen member in Kava and Puso, as well as my involvement in their internal programs, will give me an idea of what to expect when organizing collaborations. I would also love to reach out to other clubs outside of Alianza, specifically the much smaller ones. Now that Fusion is bigger than ever, I believe that working with these small orgs will help them develop just like ours did over the past years. This can be done through general meeting collabs or even the smaller collabs that I mentioned before. As EVP, I would also like to give back to our affiliate organizations by bringing attention to some of the resources they provide. The Student Outreach and Retention Center, also known as SOAR, has been a big help to Fusion as they provide funds to events such as FusionCon and Banquet. However, there are a handful of programs within SOAR that are unknown by our members, such as the Graduate Access Preparation Program, SOAR scholarships, and book grants that would certainly prove useful to members and contribute to their academic success. In addition, the Cross Cultural Center, or CCC, provides us with a Dr. White Room where general meetings are held. They also host events such as Real Talks, which bring attention to important social and cultural topics. At Fusion and the CCC both aim to support minorities and understand cultural identities, I believe it would be in Fusion's best interest to be more involved in these programs. These organizations have contributed to our club's development, so it's only right to return the favor. Overall, I plan to make Fusion my top priority during my last year here at UCI. If given the position of EVP, I will do what I can to strengthen our community and create a comfortable environment for new and returning members. That is all for my platform. Thank you for my time.
I feel like the biggest skill I learned during my internship was definitely teamwork, and I feel like
that could definitely connect to board, because I feel like the key to a successful board is good teamwork. Individually, you can be really hardworking, you can be on top of your stuff, but if you don't work well with the other members, it's not going to work out. And I feel like that's an important thing I learned during my internship. It was a lot of working together, and everyone had a role. It wasn't something that you could do by yourself. And I also learned kind of how to set an example for general members. I tried to definitely, compared to when I was a gen mem to when I'm an intern, I feel like I talked to a lot more people. I was definitely more closed off when I was a general member. And yeah.
Alright, next question is, with the new changes of possibly adding a cultural director, how will you define the EVP position with the existence of both cultural and networking directors?
So since cultural and networking directors are relatively new positions, and they kind of fall under the same things that EVP does, I feel like just constantly working together with them, and maybe just working with them and helping them know what their role is and what they do differently than me, and I would definitely assist them if they needed help.
The next question is, what frequency do you envision holding smaller Alianza collabs, and how do you plan on balancing that with Fusion's already extensive list of programs?
So with those smaller collabs, obviously it wouldn't happen every week, since the Alianza clubs have their own schedules that they go by. But I guess just communicating with the other EVPs and knowing what days they have available, and if they'd be down to like do a fusion fit or a study hours, because I know Kaba also has their own study hours as well. So you can pretty easily like invite fusion to that too.
Next question is, another aspect of EVP includes the affiliation with external organizations such as PIES outside of BCI. What is your vision in maintaining and drafting new connections with these organizations?
I definitely want to expand. I want to expand outside of PIES. I feel like other closer by schools like San Diego or Long Beach could have some engineering clubs that we could get closer to. And I feel like we should also, or I would also want to have those collaborations more often, because I think there was only one PIES collab this year.
Next question is, the EVP position requires a lot of attention to detail when maintaining affiliations and keeping up with other orgs. Can you elaborate on how you would go about managing Fusion's extensive network?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
The EVP position requires a lot of attention to detail when maintaining affiliations and keeping up with other orgs. Can you elaborate on how you would go about managing Fusion's extensive network?
Yeah, so I feel like one of my strengths is that I'm able to maintain a lot of relationships with a lot of people. I feel like I'm pretty on top of my communication. So I feel like just reaching out to other board members of other orgs and keeping in contact with them constantly would help a lot.
Next question is, you mentioned wanting to foster more community within Alianza. Please explain why this is important to you personally and as an EVP.
Well, Alianza, it means alliance, right? And I feel like it's kind of ironic if Alianza is divided and not an alliance. And I think that all Alianza orgs being together would definitely make Alianza stronger, or not just Alianza stronger, but also each individual club.
Next question is, how do you plan on connecting general members with programs, events, and resources sponsored by SOAR and the CCC?
My plan would be to externalize more of these opportunities, probably during meetings, maybe at least 1 to 2 externals per meeting, just to bring more awareness to these programs.
And the last question, this one is a little bit difficult, so feel free to think about it. The question is, for the rest of your life, would you rather do the Julie slide as your form of walking, or would you rather walk at 1 mile per hour?
How fast do I GP slide?
Oh.
However fast you want.
Probably GP slide then.
Oh.